Aides to the late Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny say Moscow has set an ultimatum for his mother to agree to a secret funeral. They say she was given just 3 hours to make a decision. Should she not comply, Russian authorities have threatened to bury him in the penal colony where he died. Navalny's mother has been demanding authorities hand over his body to allow for a public burial with friends, family, and supporters. Vladimir Ashurkov is the executive director of the Anti-Corruption Foundation and close friend of Alexei Navalny. He joins us now from London. Vladimir, first off, I'm very sorry for your loss. This must be a difficult time for you, and we appreciate you speaking to us. Why do you think Russian authorities are so desperately seeking to have Alexei Navalny buried in a secret funeral?
Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for having me. Mr. Putin and Russian authorities have been afraid of Alexei Navalny while he was alive, and the events of the week that has passed since his death show that they are afraid of him even when he's dead. So we see this shameful spectacle with his body, which by Russian laws and by any human practices has to be given to his relatives, to his mother. But we just learned a couple of hours ago that his mother received an ultimatum that either she agrees to a silent burial without any commemoration, or the authorities plan to bury him at the penal colony with no access for relatives during the funeral, and probably no access after that.
Yeah, you say Russia is scared of Navalny even after his death. Why do you think that is?
Well, over years, Navalny emerged as the most prominent opponent of Vladimir Putin, and he was not afraid to raise his voice against tyranny and war. I think Russian authorities don't want his funeral to be an opportunity for people to protest during the funeral across Russia. So I think that's what's behind it.
Yeah. A lot of people feel, of course, very strongly about his passing, but you were his friend. How are you coping with the loss now, a week after his death?
It has been a shock, and the pain is still fresh. But he would wanted us, his friends, his associates, all democratically minded people in Russia and outside of Russia to support him, to continue his work, and that's what we intend to do. So we have to be strong in these tragic days.
How do you feel about possibly never knowing how he died?
I think the truth will come out. We have a theory, an idea of why he was killed now. We're not yet ready to make this public, but I think our team will talk about it quite shortly. The investigation is going on, and I'm pretty sure that we will find the truth. But one thing is clear: it was not a natural death. It indeed was a murder.
Mm-hmm. Is there a fear among Alexei's allies, you being one of them, that you might also be targeted by Russian authorities?
Russian authorities and security services, they have been conducting assassinations in Russia and outside of Russia. The most recent one, the murder of a Russian military pilot who defected to Ukraine last year, who was murdered about a month ago in Spain. So we are aware of these dangers. But we take reasonable precautions, but we live our lives, because if you constantly think about this danger, it's really not possible to to have normal life. We're inspired by courage of Alexei Navalny and other Russian activists who sacrifice their safety, their liberty, and in most tragic cases, their lives for the struggle for Russia to be a normal country.
There have been fears that the Russian opposition, all those people that want Russia to be different, as you just pointed out, they won't be able to recover after this loss and could become more fragmented. Is that a fear that you share, or will people rally around the legacy of Alexei Navalny?
Well, my hope, my conviction, and my work will be on trying to, carry his torch after his death. The fact that his wife, Yulia Navalny, pledged to continue his work and be more active in political work, I think, is very encouraging. Yulia is a strong leader. She has been the rock on which Alexei Navalny has been standing all these years. And I think she is the type of leader that is needed, not just for Russian opposition, but for the world today. Because I don't think the Western world fully realizes the peril that Putin and his regime is bringing, not just to Eastern Europe, not just to Ukraine, but to the whole world.
That was Vladimir Ashurkov, Executive Director of the Anti-Corruption Foundation and close friend of Alexei Navalny. Thank you so much for your time, and all the best to you and your associates.
Thank you.